Welcome legends and choppers and heli heads and stick and boom flyers and bangers and scale flyers and lovers of all things radio controlled. Welcome to another episode at HELI SHED. Wow, have I got something to show you. First of all, you can see Bella up there, and if you don't follow HELI SHED, you've just come across this in between shopping at Asda and looking at the latest YouTube video from Amazon. Welcome, subscribe. Bella up there is our T-Rex 700, and she is a donor machine for the Bell 222, otherwise known as Project 6. Our scale fuselage, very clearly French that, fuselage. No word that beautiful is in the English language, so it must be French. Yeah, so that's the donor machine for the Bell 222. And she's back up on the wall, she's got new legs, hurrah! She's got new legs, she's got new landing gear. We've got a boom and torque tube and all the rest of it coming for her. Of course, we know that the rear tail gear, rear tail box with the rear blades, etc., that's perfectly fine. But of course, if you are a follower of the channel, you'll know that we had a catastrophic incident with Bella. If you haven't seen that, then part 1 is up there. Or is it up there? I don't know. It's up there in the corner. And at the end of part 1 is an automatic link to part 2. But in between that period, where it was a very sullen and very sad moment for me at HELI SHED, Mrs. HELI SHED just could not deal with me moping around the house like we'd lost a family member, which of course we had done. And today, her contingency plan came into action. I've got a box! Who doesn't love to undo a box? Look at that. Still taped up and everything. I can't wait to dive in. Oh, HELI SHED, you don't like unboxing videos? No, I don't. I hate them. I think they're a waste of time. But you know what? This is my unboxing video, and why the bloody hell not? So, with this from Align Trex down at Slough with Raj and the team, this is where it's come from. Let's take a genuinely outside look at, if you buy a helicopter from Align Trex, PS, no, I'm not sponsored, PS, no, we're not related, PS, no, I didn't marry his stepdaughters, sisters, brothers, friends, etc., etc. No relation whatsoever, nor am I getting anything out of it. But if you're going to spend pretty much £1,500 on a helicopter from Align Trex, what are you going to get for your money? And that is what we're going to answer in this video. Okay, so I'm probably going to be off camera, etc. That's not important. What is important is that you get to see what's in here. So this is an Align T-Rex 700X. It's pretty much the flagship model from Align. Look, there are some great helicopters out there, especially in 2022. Synergies and Logos and Trons and Protoss, and yeah, some fantastic helicopters. I am a die-hard Align T-Rex lover. Simple as that. And I think Align T-Rex is a bit like Marmite. You either like it, loathe it, or hate it, or love it, to come all the way back round. I am a lover of T-Rex, as simple as that. Someone said to me in my own club, said to me, they just work. And I think that's the key thing. They just work. And, you know, the pod and boom element of it, you know, you can get speed fuselages and stuff. So, yeah, so anyway, let's dive in. Enough rabble from me. Ooh, there's something about cutting open a new box, isn't there? So as I said, yeah, Align T-Rex 700, flagship model, until Align bring out another one, that is. Very well packaged from the guys down at Slough. fragile all over it. Turned up within a couple of days from DPD. I had notifications all the way through the day of when they were going to turn up. And I think the guys here have they've double wrapped it. I think they've double wrapped it here, which is, again, gives you some assurance of their packing mentality. You know, they know, look, this is an awful lot of money. And, you know, I'm very grateful to Mrs. HELI Shed, by the way. But this is an awful lot of money, and times are hard right now for everybody. I'm certainly no millionaire, and, you know, I think this was bought via Klarna, which actually is a promotion for Klarna, I suppose. You know, a very simple method of being able to spread the load over a set period of months. I think we've done it over 6 months. I think I think it's about 190 quid a month, something like that. So there you go. As you can see, so you know, double boxed, which again gives you that assurance that, you know what, it's not going to be in pieces when you get in there. As ever, of course, we love trees, but we just use a shed load of cardboard nowadays, don't we? Or recycled nappies or whatever it is, I don't know. Let's just be a bit bullish about this and just pull this out so we can. Oh look, what have we got here? Some thread locker. Align Trex are doing some deals where you know, you can get some free stuff, and you get free thread locker blue. You can see up in the video, up there or there in the corner, you get the score. The importance of Loctite blue. Remember, we don't ever use red. Yeah, that's a freebie. That's a nice. And here's our packing. Oh, that's nice of them. They haven't put the price on there to remind me through Mrs. HELI Shed just how much it costs. But as I said, you know, I've been open and honest with you. Mrs. HELI Shed done this through Klarna, and that enabled us to pay it off over 6 months. So yeah, great. Freebie, thread locker. Always very, very useful. Right, let's get this out. Ooh. And then let's put this somewhere useful. Beautiful. Look at that. Let's turn that around. Fantastic. Right, a good solid box. This is the super combo. So this is basically everything you need in here. The super combo will give you the servos, the motor, the fly barless unit. It will give you everything you need essentially, except your receiver unit. This is out of the box. It's almost ready to fly, apart from, you know, the receiver unit. You can get cheaper versions of this. I think they call it the combo or the kit, and that will just be the frame and the boom and so on. And you can add your own electronics to it if you've got it. Or of course, you know, build the frame and then do it over a set period of time. You don't have to jump straight in and spend a huge amount of money like this. Even if you do it on something like Klarna, you can, you know, do it slowly. Mrs. HELI Shed knows me better than anybody, and I hate waiting for anybody for anything. So she done the right thing here with the super combo. Quite interestingly, there's a sticker on here from Robbie Schulter. Yeah, Robbie Schulter, yeah. If I remember rightly, Robbie Schulter, they are the quality control aspect of all Align Trexes, if I remember rightly. Align Trexes in Taiwan, so we don't just import them and then go to shops like Align Trex down in Slough. They go to quality control, and I'm pretty sure Robbie Schulter, that's where it goes. They do quality control and then distribute from there. Right, let's crack on. Beautiful. Yeah, made in Taiwan. Poor old Taiwan at the minute. I'm not going to go all political, but you know, they're going through it, aren't they, with China? Really nice box, solid. Oh, look at that, another box. We got a manual. Top tip with the manuals, I'm old school. I like to hold things. I like to touch things and read things. But it's 2022, and in the good old words of Simon and Garfunkel, The Sound of Silence, People like to stare at screens, just like you're doing now. People like to read PDFs and stuff. So you can download these in an electronic format, have it on your tablet or whatever. But, you know, a nice manual to hold. Yeah, here we go. Look, quality control. RC, 360 RC technology. I believe that is Robbie Shorter. But, you know, again, an assurance that everything in there has been tested as it's come into the country, and some important ESC notes there. We'll look at that later. Lovely setup in the box here. You can see that, you know, with every box is labelled here. Not just what's in it, of course, but, you know, a number that I dare say will be a reference in the manual. We won't be, this is purely unboxing, we won't be building it. I won't be videoing that. There's plenty of 700 T-Rex, 700X build videos out there. I've already done a build video on the on Bella, and Bella, of course, has got 700X elements, L elements, E elements. So I'm not going to do a build video unless you really want me to, in which case put it in the comments, and I'll evaluate whether I will or not. You've got a week, simple as that. Right, let's carry on. So over here we've got the main rotor headset, and of course in the top here, very weighty old box. In the top here is the Micro Beast Plus. Even says in the top there, version 5.2, fly barless system. If you go back to video 1 in the introduction video of the T-Rex 700 build, I mentioned in there that there are lots of different fly barless units out there: Icon, Brain, Icon 2, V-Bar, Micro Beast X, Bavarian Demon. I mean, you could go on all that. They've all got their pros and cons. Whether that's cost or compatibility, they're all good. They all do what they say on the tin, which is control the servos, iron out the signals, smooth latency, and so on. I like Micro Beast. I like these, and I like the functionality it brings. And again, one of the reasons why I like the T-Rex packages so much, because everything is in here. Great. So Micro Beast, there we go. We've got the main rotor head here. Let's have a look at that. Oh, there's something about new cardboard, isn't there? Isn't there? Isn't there? Something about new cardboard. Key thing about this, hopefully you can see it, is this. Every bag is sealed and every bag is labelled, which is just, again, gives you that assurance. In here we've got the swash plate, the main shaft, and some spacers. Again, labelled up at the top, so easy to follow in the manual. You've got the main gear and the one-way bearing already fitted for you. Now, am I going to advise that you take this apart and check it? Yes and no, I'd say, with a one-way bearing. You can pretty much be sure that because of that QC that it's come and it's come fitted for you and it's been done professionally. I'm going to caveat that by saying that I'm not going to say the same with the rest of it. You should take it all apart and double check it. And of course you should Loctite blue every single screw. Where metal and metal is true, use Loctite blue. But we never use red. Not at HELI Shed. Yeah, one-way bearing ready to go. That's great. Here we've got a package with the rear tail gear, the main drive, the tail blades. Do you need to take the tail blades apart and check those? Yes. Do you need to take, do you need to take the umbrella drive out of the rear tail here to check that? No. Blades? Yes. Blade grips? Yes. Everything else? No. Do you need to take the screws out and re-Loctite them? Yes. Consider this as rule 2 of the general build video, which is up there, which is construct first and Loctite second. So yeah, and you've got tail blades in here, which I think are 115 mils, and you've got the tail fin and so on. Again, every bag is labelled, which helps you follow the build through the manual. Another package here with some braces for the carbon fibre frame, and again, you know, the assurance that you know, this is quality. I'm feeling this is quality stuff. It's just in a bag, but it's labelled up. Okay, front drive again, all labelled up, lovely jubbly, and yeah, you know. So here's the main grips here, exactly the same that's in Bella. And again, I reiterate, you know, rule 2, construct first and Loctite second. So yeah, you should check all the screws in here. Turnbuckles are in there with the control rods and the ends. Remember when we put the ends on that the A faces out for Align kits. So great there. The battery tray here, and also the bottom brace. The bottom brace on the 700X is carbon. On the 700L and V2, it's metal, which of course Bella has got. And of course the 700X is 4 pieces, 2 pieces per side of the frame. I think that's so it's cheaper when you have a crash. Whereas of course Bella, being the 700L V2, is one side, one piece. I think if I was to buy one side of the frame for the 700L V2, or let's just call her Bella, I think it's about 70, 80 quid, something like that. Whereas if you have a crash with the 700X, that's going to cost you a lot of money. We all know that. But having the frame split down to 4 component parts, which are braced via appropriate bracing technologies, is going to cost you cheaper. Remember, you know, that progress is inevitable. Innovation should be inevitable, and 700X is the innovative solution to all the others. It's not just another Porsche 911. You know, they get better and better and better and better and better. 700X is the flagship currently. Okay, so that's that box done. So yeah, double, triple check. There's nothing in there. So yeah, goes with the rest of it. Let's move that lot into there. Here we've got a box that says electric devices. Take a look at that. Electric devices. Now, of course, this what was really concerning me about losing Bella was that it wasn't the frame or the torque tube. It was the electronic devices. That's really, in my view, where the money is. The money is in the motor, the ESC, the servos. By the time you add that lot up, that's pretty much half the value of the helicopter. And of course, it's all matched. You buy it as a kit, it's all matched. You know that it's been put together by the manufacturer after a period of R&D to make sure that the ESC is matched to the motor, that the servos are matched to the power provided, and so on and so on. So you never get any better than a kit. If I remember rightly, this motor is the same as on Bella, which is a 490 kV. That's very, very powerful. kV is relative to the amount of torque. Remember, torque is a measurement of twist power, and 490 is very, very powerful. It is a very, very powerful motor. Why is it so powerful, HELI Shed? Because of the stick bangers. The stick bangers need that thing to go all over the sky. Is it an overkill for someone like me, who is a very sort of fluffy scale flyer, like a ballet? Yes, it is an overkill, absolutely. This is a Formula 1 car going at 20 miles an hour. Interestingly enough, this box opens up upside down. So Align T-Rex, sort your upside down and inside out and what's top and what's bottom, because that's madness. But it opens up from the bottom. Oh, do you know what? It doesn't actually. It opens up from the top, doesn't it? Because that's the top. But yeah, so there's your motor there. Is it 490 kV? 850 MX. Pretty sure it's a 490 kV. Let's have a quick look. A quick look for you. Yeah, 490 kV. Very, very powerful. Very powerful. You've of course got your ESC. Now look, this ESC, I've seen some stuff on RC Heli Alex and also Heli Freak in the States. Absolutely slamming the 130 amp ESC from Align. No, absolutely not. It might be for the stick bangers, in which case go out there and get a 200 amp and go for it. But 130 amp for the majority of people you know, is more than enough. And this ESC is a bloody good ESC from Hobbywing, which teamed up with Align. It's anodized. It's in keeping with the rest of the scheme, and it's a very reliable ESC. And if you're not a stick banger, then this is more than good enough. Even if you're a semi sport flyer and do the odd somersault here and there, and so it's more than enough. You're never going to draw above and beyond that. This is going to be provided by this ESC, ever. Okay, so and the servos here. The servos are great. I'm a great fan of Align servos. I really am. Are they the best that you can get? No, absolutely not. There are some much better ones out there, MDs, KDSs, and so on. But these are a really, really good, solid, high voltage, very powerful servo. Remember, this is a big machine. It's a 700. It's not little. It's not Simba. It's huge, and you've seen that. Great. Excellent. So we no longer need this box at all, so that goes over there. We'll pop them in there. Okay, let's have a look at the canopy. Right, out with the canopy. Now, canopies are something that Align do either exceptionally well or exceptionally poorly, in my view. Align don't like luminous colours, whereas if you buy a Sab, it will always be luminous. It'll be bright orange or bright yellow or bright green. As far as I know, there's no copyright on the colours that you can use on your helicopter, but each manufacturer likes to set themselves apart. Align like to go for colours that are blue, that are red, or orange or bright orange. Mixed with white. This is the sort of colour scheme that they go for. You find it difficult with an Align T-Rex to maintain in sport and scale flying, as you're testing, that is. Sometimes you find it difficult when it comes to the orientation, particularly if you're new or coming back after a sabbatical like I am. And so the canopy is absolutely vital. And as we know, from the catastrophic incident with Bella, that canopy is not just there to make it look good and not just there so that you can identify it in the air. It's there to protect the airframe too, in the event that you do either have a crash or, you know, as I found out, actually lose the whole thing. I mean, how can you lose a 700? I mean, we know why it happened, but for the love of God, it was like losing a child. And I've got 3 of them. Anyway, so canopy. Let's have a look at this canopy. You can see that there. Now, it's the first time I've opened it. I don't know what canopy it is. I've already told you they like blues and oranges, bits of whites. I believe there is a 700X that is orange and white, etc. I've no idea. So let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Top quality. So, yeah, as I said, there we go. Blue, orange, yellows. Yeah, really good. Flexible. Look at that. It's just cracked. Just cracked there. Did you hear that? So it's just cracked at the bottom, which is unusual because when you put this on, you are going to have to stretch it in order to get it over the frame. But in doing so, I've just literally just cracked it there, look. Just cracked it down at the bottom there. Never mind, that's fine. We can reinforce that on the inside. Yeah, that is a really nice boom. Looks fantastic, doesn't it? I mean, yeah, there we go. And of course, holes in the front here for airflow for the motor and the ESC. Very important, something that Bella didn't have and doesn't have. The 700E and the 700L don't. Yeah, beautiful quality there. So let's put that back in its yip yap. What else have we got in here? It's like Christmas, isn't it? It's like Christmas. Let's put that there. Right. Okay. Oh, we've got a towel. We've got a towel. They sent us another towel. I think you can't have enough of these. And if I had my way, my bathroom would be full of Align T-Rex towels. I'd dry myself off in them. every time I purchase something, I always purchase a towel. They are so useful, so handy. The microphone's still working, oh yeah. Microfiber, of course, and it enables you to work on it out in the field, or of course in your HELI shed, or wherever it is that you like to work on your machines. So you get a nice towel, which is a nice touch from Align. Didn't expect that to be in there. And yeah, here we go. Here is the frame. And interestingly enough, in here we've got loads of bags. We've got nuts, bolts, pinions. We've got straps. We've got zip ties. We've got everything you need. Everything, including Loctite blue. Some more Loctite blue. You can't have enough Loctite blue in your life. Some Loctite green. What do we need that for? Bearings, absolutely. So yeah, you've got everything you need there. Also, interestingly enough, is a little sticker on the top here that gives you a warning about the main linkage rods being counter thread. In other words, clockwise one side, anti-clockwise the other. And that, of course, makes sure that there's no way that they can undo. So once you set that, mechanically set it up for 0 degrees, for example, before you start fine tuning, you know, that's it, it's done. It ain't never gonna undo. So great, nice little package there. Some more in here. This is the front nose, again well packaged and labelled up. And what else have we got in it? Now, interestingly enough, this is sellotape to the bottom of the box. And in here, we'll leave it in here. No, we won't. We'll pull it out. In here we've got. The two top parts to the frame, the carbon frame. I think it's 2 mil thick, and these are the top parts. And these here are the top. Sorry, those are the bottom parts. You've got your landing gear and your your skid pipes, and yeah, landing gear is nice and solid and angled at 5 degrees. The Dominator X raises the tail by 5 degrees, which avoids on the ground tail strikes during spool up or even landing. So very good. Yeah, you've got your end pipe, you've got your end skid little caps here, and some rubber mounts. Interesting thing about the rubber mounts, my advice is this: don't use them. I'm not going to be a prima donna on this. I always use them, always. And in the build video, you'll see that I use them there. And I was reminded by Super Moon and the lads that actually you want to take them off, because as you come in to land, sometimes, you know, there may be some forward momentum, and those rubber feet, if you like, so will grab and snatch onto the ground and tilt the helicopter. So not really a really good thing to keep those, and that is definitely an Align thing. If you look at a SAB landing gear, you'll see it's very sort of, you know, carbon fibre most of the time, and some of the other helicopters don't really use them. So my advice is don't use them. We won't be using them when we build this. And the bottom here, yeah, again sellotaped in, which is great. Why is it sellotaped in? Because it's carbon fibre. That's why. You don't want it damaged, you don't want it broken. And here is the top frames, and you can see here the reinforcement methodology that they're using. In this case, it's plastic, but it will be bolstered by those metal brackets that we saw earlier on. Very nice. Oh no, we don't want that over there. Very important that we look after this. Great. And the final thing then is obviously the main blades. And in here, of course, is also the torque tube and the torque rod and the carbon fibre brace struts, which are significantly thicker, I might add, than that and the 700L and V2. These are the struts for that. Let me just see, actually. Yeah, they are they are thicker. I'd say they are probably 1 or 2 mil thicker than the ones for the 700L V2. Yeah, so they're in there. A carbon fibre, is that carbon fibre, shall we have a look? Yeah, let's have a look. You've got your control rod in there for your rudder. You've got your torque rod in there. And I'll be very impressed if this is carbon fibre. Okay, let's have a look. Very nice boom. Remember in the fitting video I mentioned in there that sometimes they will provide you with a clear tube. There is that clear tube which will help you seat the bearings of the torque rod inside the torque tube. And providing you use plenty of silicone grease, I've never really had a call to use them, but it is good that they still provide that. That's the other thing I like about Align Trex, is that the continuity of their machines. Okay, so is this carbon fibre, HELI Shed? The answer is no, it's not. It's not carbon fibre. It's aluminium, carbon fibre finish. Very nice, very, very nice, but it's not carbon fibre. So don't get too excited when you open this. It looks very nice. You can see that it looks very nice, etc. But it's not carbon fibre. And of course, we know the only way to tell whether this is perfectly straight is to roll it on a piece of glass. We will be doing that. What else is in our main blade box? Obviously the main blades. And then that's that box done, I believe. It is. So very important with our box that we put it with all the other stuff. The blades are the Align blades, 700mm blades. If you break a blade, as we did with Bella, that's £100 for a set of blades. Are these good blades? I think so. Are there better blades? Yeah, of course. You get what you pay for. But as a kit, you're getting everything you need. There is everything in here except a receiver, and that includes the blades. Right, there we go. Let's have a summary. Cool, there we go. So that is the Align Trex 700X unboxing. What do I think of it? Fantastic. Great package from Align. A free towel in there. Of course, with the guys from Align Trex in Slough, they send you some free thread locker, which is always useful. Am I happy with the package? Absolutely. Is it worth what I paid for it? Absolutely. Would I get another one? No. I've got two now. We've just gone from 0 to hero. I'm very happy with this package. It's ready to go. All it needs is a receiver, and that's it. And I will absolutely adore building this over the next. I was going to say few days then, but I did say if you want me to do a build video, put it down there. But I think I'll, unless all of a sudden subscribers go to 1,000 and you've all commented saying yes, please show us a build video. Then I probably won't. There are some great build videos out there. In fact, no, there isn't actually. I think they're all rubbish. But, well, I don't want to start a YouTube war, but you know what? If you're going to do a build video, and I'm not going to mention the channel, don't just do half of one. That's no bloody good to anybody, is it? Packaging, I'm going to give it a 5. Product, I'm going to give it a 5. Communication with the supplier, I'm going to give it a 5. Instructions, well, you can't get any better. It's well written. There are some great pictures in there. Even I, with an IQ of 4, can follow that. No dramas whatsoever. Plus, of course, there's the flexibility of an electronic copy. Unlike the review we done on the Funky Bell 222, the instructions are also a 5. And the final one was compatibility, final category, and I'm going to give that a 5 too. And that's not me being biased, and that's purely and simply because you can keep this as a 700X. You can interchange parts of this with a 700E, a 700L, 700L V2. You can turn it into a 760, an 800. You can put it into a scale fuselage, an F3C fuselage, a Black Shark fuselage, or a speed fuselage. And that compatibility and adaptability earns itself to a 5. So well done, Align Trex. 25 out of 25. Fantastic product. Love it. Can't wait to fly it. Until next time, HELI geeks. Take care. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
P.S. Thank you dearly, Mrs. HELI SHED. I love you with all my heart. And yes, I will now do the washing up and the windows for a whole year without so much as a whinge nor whine. Shit.